the melody.
It's Sunday night. Time for the Sunday evening spectacular. Come on in with your comments. Lower right-hand portion of the screen. Superman, your number one film of the weekend, but did it disappoint? And I think most importantly here, the big takeaway tonight as we get into this is it's not about Gunn versus Snyder versus anything else other than cinema's in big trouble right now. And I'm going to lay forth a case for you here tonight that you are going to have no other option than to say, this guy is, help me out everybody, the gold standard. And to prove that we are the gold standard, welcome in here to MMT on this Sunday night, always live. Give me a range of like 8 to 10 as far as when I can come on. If I'm busy, it'll be a little later. If I'm not, a little earlier. So we're here right now, and in the moment, I am here to tell you that this is worrying for a lot of reasons here this weekend. And again, it goes way beyond Gunn and Snyder and all of the bullshit that goes on X, on any social media platform. It's too much. And what matters is that we're in big trouble. But before we go there, I do want to bring in why we're the gold standard so that you understand when I say these things, what do? Weber is the king of backing shit up. There is nobody in this space that can roll like me, baby, because when I come to the plate, I am going to crush the ball like we did on Thursday night. Remember this from Thursday night? Do you guys see the number there? I said that Superman would end up with, our projector, $122 million. Do you guys know what Superman made this weekend? Let me show you as I go over here and hit this tab. What does that say right there? $122 million. When we say we're the gold standard, baby, stamp it. It is official. It's done and it's over. Let's get into it because even though we were right, remember, what did I say about it that night? I told you guys that this had to be a film that did better than 122. That was my floor, right? The ceiling for this really should be 140 or higher, okay? Minecraft went 160. Why is Superman at 122 and under Man of Steel? Now, here is what is key about under Man of Steel. It has nothing to do with James Gunn versus Zack Snyder, okay? Get that out of your head. That is not what we do here. I hate tribal shit. Do not come in here with that mindset. Here's what the problem is. When you go in, and I want to thank Dusty Trident for sending me this right here. This is from X, a tweet showing you that you have the admissions to see the two different films 12 years apart. Okay? This is seismically awful for cinema. I did not practice that. That is spur of the moment, baby. This is live. I'm not reading a teleprompter. We're not rehearsing this shit. I just come on and start yelling. That's what we do. Man of Steel, 13.9 million people saw it opening weekend. The ticket price on average, $8.13. Go to this weekend, only $7.6 million and 16.08 on the ticket price. So virtually double. And then you lose half of the audience. This is what the problem is. That's why tonight's stream is called Superman Reveals Cinema's Cracks. Because the dam's breaking. And if I'm talking about this, the guy who is the number one supporter of theatrical film, then you better pay attention. And I know we have a lot of people here in this town that watch MMT because we are the gold standard. And we're objective, we're fearless, and yeah, hella talented. Yeah, I know, modest too. But let me tell you, if you don't see this in front of you right now and say, oh shit, we're screwed, that is something that should wake you up and get you on my side of saying, we got to do something. Because the MMT verdict is cinema's in big trouble. Don't talk about CBM fatigue. Of course, that's part of this. It goes way beyond that, though. Let's also not talk about, they didn't promote this enough. Are you kidding me? All we've heard about is Superman for the past months. James Gunn constantly hammering social media. I can't wait to show you my work. Well, it was very underwhelming. That's a problem. It's one of the big issues. We've got to make better films. And Superman is not, by any stretch of the imagination, a great film. But we have a two-part fix here tonight. It is a two-part deal, and you've got to do both of these. And this one, number one, I have been banging for how long here on MMT? Months, maybe even years at this point. Why do we not have a 60-day window theatrically back in place? How is this even possible? Because the studios don't want it? I don't give a shit. Warner Brothers, Disney, Universal, one of the worst. Sony, Paramount, A24, Neon, Blue Fox. I don't care. I am going to go in tomorrow morning. If Adam Aaron's $20 million lazy son of a bitch ass can't get on the phone with me tomorrow, reach out to me, Adam. I follow you on Twitter. You got the DM available to you. And yes, I just called you a lazy son of a bitch because you're not getting this done. So I got to get through to you. This has to happen. And there's nobody who would get this done faster because I don't give a about the studios. I care about the movie theaters. The studios are going to fall in line with what I'm going to do. We're not playing by your rules anymore that started during COVID when you put everything at home day and date. Remember HBO Max? Everything open in theaters and online the same day. What do you think is going to happen? People are going to get lazy and stay at home. We cannot have that as an option. So tomorrow morning, if Adam Aaron will get off his lazy ass and DM me, bring me in, we'll get on a Zoom call. Hell, I'll do it from right here. I will do it from right here in the studios with the Sunday Night Shields on. That's how I'll roll. Straight up. 60-day window starts. Now that it's almost July's over, I can't start it August 1st because it was too late. I told you to do it a long time ago, Adam. Now I got to wait till September 1st. I'll give you the rest of the summer. That's it. When September 1st hits, no longer are you ever going to play a film at my chain if you drop it on streaming 17 days later, a month later. Jurassic World Rebirth's already set for August. So what does that tell people? Oh, you can get it at home. Universal doesn't want to do this. Why? Because they make a killing on the digital buy. But again, not my concern. My concern is helping movie theaters that are hurting right now. And if you aren't going to take action, Adam, then it's your own fault in the fact you pay $20 million a year to sit on your ass in that big mansion, introducing your Investor Connect things that goes on for like 4 minutes of rambling. Do your job. I cannot believe I've had to tell you this for 6+ months, probably a year now. If you go back and look at our streams on Midnight Movie Talk, if you're watching on X, go to YouTube. You can find all the old streams. You can see I've been talking about this forever. It's like a new thing tonight. Some of you are like, oh, God, he's doing it again. Because it has to happen, and it hasn't. How is this possible? Now, step 2, again, drawing your attention to the box of the admissions being half of what they were for Man of Steel. You know what we need to start doing? We've got to start focusing solely on talent. Representation is over. It's done. We are never hiring a single position for representation going forward ever again in any job across every level of the studio system. We are going to hire the best person who's the most talented. If they happen to be white, great. Black, great. A woman, great. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we are not filling slots based on checking boxes. It's not happening anymore. And until that happens and we start getting the right people in the writers' rooms, okay? Certainly needed to be there for Superman. James Gunn, a white dude, I'm calling you out here tonight. What you wrote, juvenile garbage. We've got to get back to the best wins. We cannot play this game of overcompensation for someone who had a rough upbringing. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if you were raised on the streets. Are you good or not? And don't hit me with some kind of privilege bullshit. I don't want to hear that ever again. That mindset is why we're getting a lot of the garbage that we're getting, including Superman. And yes, that flies in the face of everything that a lot of these studios stand for now. A Disney that pushes so much stuff into their films that doesn't need to be there, and I'm not the anti-woke guy. So if I'm talking about it, then you know it's an issue. We've got to stop being so namby-pamby. I had to break character there because it was so goofy. Kind of like Superman. We've got to go in and we've got to just be straight up and say, listen, man, you're not good enough. I'm sorry. And I'm tired of having this conversation. I've said this a million times here on MMT. There is nobody in this space that I am aware of, and I know you guys too, that can go like this live by themselves solo. Nobody. It's not a contest. So if we're talking about merit, baby, the champion's in the fucking house. That's what we need. We need that energy up in these slots creatively that are making the right calls and not worried about hurting someone's feelings. And the directors with the egos. Guess what, man? I do a show that's for me. Some of you seem to sort of enjoy it. I think it's okay. I am not fronting a $200+ million film out here railing on shit right and left. That's not good for business. But I can tell you this, if you put me in a room after a test screening with whatever director you name the guy or girl, I'm going to tell them, holy shit, this is bad. If you would have shown me Wonder Woman 84, going back to Patty Jenkins' sequel, I would have said, we are not releasing this. This is refuse. I can't even believe that you made this after the first one. This is going to tarnish our entire brand, and it will be the beginning of the end for DC. You look at a Wonder Woman 84, these are the kind of things that will ultimately start to erode any kind of faith that the public has in your product because you served up Wonder Woman 84. And Superman, while better, is not better enough. We need to start hitting higher levels of creativity, innovation, and just overall raw talent. And I got news for you, James Gunn. I'm going to make this very, very clear to you here tonight. Your ego does not match your talent. That's the issue. You were the wrong person to adapt Superman. You were very good at Guardians of the Galaxy because why? You are like Star-Lord. That's the person that you are fundamentally, more like that character. You are not Superman. You are not the all-American, good-looking, apple pie-eating Kansas dude. You're not that guy. You were the wrong person for this. And truthfully, If you think that Superman, the one you just gave us, is the best film to start off your new DCEU, I have to question whether I'm going to go forward with you at any level as a studio head or production head within my umbrella at Warner Brothers, David Zasloff. This is no way, creatively, to signal to the universe, this is where we're headed. Matt Reeves had a much better read on where DC should be heading with the Batman than James Gunn and Superman. It's not a contest. This is nothing that we even need to debate because there isn't one. Okay? So ultimately, the bottom line here is this. We've got to get better people in positions of power, or this town is, as the kids say, cooked. And we talked about it last week. What was our topic last week, everybody? Is Superman cooked? Well, if you look at these international numbers, they're not that good. Let's go back to that email from Warner Brothers, and I'm going to bring you the number from China. China. Oh, no. They're going to be angry with me for that, aren't they? He's talking like Trump. I wonder if my boy from the Rap's watching tonight. Oh, my God, that guy. Again, let me remind you, guy from the Rap, and this isn't Umberto. I like Umberto. The other guy from the Rap, don't even need to say your name. Useless to me. But you really need to, I'm going to make this very clear to you, and this is what I talk about not hurting feelings. You need to worry more about the 7 strands of hair you have pulled across your head. Because you're not fooling anybody. You're bald. Okay? So don't be coming up in here pretending, talking shit about me. You've got to worry about the 7 follicles of hair that you drag across your head. That is much more of a concern to you than I should ever be. So focus on what matters, Rap guy. Well, and also focus on a publication that people actually read. Who the fuck reads the Rap? Nobody. Literally. Guys, you guys see Moneyball, right? My favorite quote from Moneyball, right? There's the Red Sox, there's the Yankees, there's 50 feet of crap, and then there's us, the A's. That is exactly the Rap, right? There's THR, Variety, Deadline, 50 feet of crap, and then the Rap. Hey, Rap. Oh, yeah, the fucking man's on the mic. Don't forget that shit. Oh, no, I don't play. This is the energy we need in these studios. Right here. This is the energy. You can't give a fuck, man. I don't care. Think I'm worried? I need to make sure we're on the right side of winning. And in order to do that, we've got to make better creative decisions, because if you look here at Superman in China, we can talk spoilers here in a little bit. I'll get to that, I promise. We got a long night here. I have no problem talking about Superman for a long time. This is the big story, okay? I've only got some trailers to watch for the hell of it later. Ultimately, this is the big topic. So I'm going to read as many comments as possible here momentarily. Let me just finish up on Superman. And again, who does this better? I'm not kidding you guys. I want you to come in the comments right now. Who is doing what I'm doing better than me and breaking this down for what really matters, the big picture? If I have to have one more Gunn sympathizer or Snyder bro talking about, dudes, movies are in trouble. Why are you even discussing this shit? Also, why are you so tribal? It's weird, man. Get out, touch grass, build a life that's outside of worrying about Zack Snyder or James Gunn. They don't give a fuck about you, and why do you spend so much time invested in that shit? It's just sad. It's sad, man. What I'm doing here is Vanguardian, Maverickian, okay? Because it's the truth, and it's with a hell of a lot of juice. And that's a lot better than worrying about Zack Snyder's next thing or James Gunn glazing that fucker. Who cares, man? When you look here at China, you're looking at 6.6 million on the debut in China. That's not good, right? Let me tell you why that's... Well, obviously, you guys probably could figure that out. Look at F1 opening weekend. Was at 9 million, so it beat it opening weekend. F1, a film that I thought could beat Superman, but domestically it's not happening. Let me just mention why that's important too. In the past, a film like F1, right, that debuted with 55 million here in the States would have caught fire and held week after week as people said, I'm going to go check out F1. Like you go back to pick a Titanic. Obviously, biggest box office hit for the longest time. But you look at the holds on that. It was every week it kept bringing people in. We don't have that happen anymore. And that's what I'm talking about with Cinema in Trouble. Because Jerry Seinfeld said it months ago and you all got angry when he said cinema has lost its relevance. Theatrical 100% has. And this is all I do. So we're in trouble. If theatrical's going down, so is MMT. What are we going to pivot to? I guess I could do Midnight Monster Talk, and we do all of the crazy shit going on in the world. That might be fun, too. In fact, I might just add that as another addition. We've got Midnight Movie Money, Midnight Movie Talk, and then Midnight Monster Talk. Why not? Let's just keep adding different shows. Therefore, we have our bases covered if theatrical goes to shit and all the theaters disappear, which we almost had thanks to... Oh, hold on, everybody. Are you guys ready for Weber to torch somebody? Let's do it again because my bitch is in the fucking house. If he's watching tonight, shout out to bitch boy Frosty, the biggest loser in the entire space who told you, hey, Frosty, roll up, buddy. Let me tell you something. You're the guy who said, if you go to movies, you're going to die. I want my movies at home. I don't feel safe. Frosty, we won't miss you. You're a beta cuck, and you fucking suck. And the fact that we even let you say a word about that shit, we are this close to losing it. And next time around, let me give you a hint, buddy. Ain't fucking happening, bro. Ain't happening. We're not listening to you, okay? Not happening. And the fact that we gave any credibility to a guy who lives in fear like that, deleted all his tweets. Oh, no. I remember, buddy. I can remember that. And let me tell you something. That's the kind of thing that is completely unforgivable. If you're going to live a life of fear and spread that versus a positive, listen, this is aggressive. I'm not going to lie to you. But ultimately, pure of heart, as you can watch this channel, authenticity unrivaled in this space, and I've got to deal with Frosty the shill bitch. I'm telling you something. That guy was this close to helping lose theaters, and do not let him forget that. Cut this and send it to him. Remind him that when you live in fear like that pussy, and yeah, it's gone. This stream's definitely not getting monetized at this point. It's way gone. I don't care, because that's what matters. And until we get the next time around, shout those people down. Frosty. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Dude, I get so much shit all the time from film Twitter. Weber's so awful. That guy was spreading fear, and it's not safe. Everybody could die. Shut up. Just shut up, dude. What a beta bitch, man. Seriously. This space is full of them, dude. Someone said, by the way, the other day, I got a comment, and they go, you're kind of like the Andrew Tate of film. I never want to be that. I'm not creepy like Andrew Tate. Right? I mean, even if he didn't do some of the things he said, he's just not really a wholesome dude. I am. I really am. I'm a good guy, man. I know you guys, some of you don't believe it. The haters certainly don't. But all I'm trying to do is make this space, i.e. film, better. Make the movies better. Is that too much to ask? Hell no. Frosty. So look here. Sorry, guys. This is what happens. This is my stream. I had no preparation. I just said, I'm going to just shoot. Look what's number one for F1. Do you guys see the number on that in China? 35.8. It's great for an American film like F1. Oh, don't even start with the Smurfs. I'm not talking about Smurfs tonight. I'm not watching Smurfs. I won't do it. Eddington, by the way, quickly on Eddington, I'm going to see it on Thursday, and we'll have that live reaction stream Thursday, 7, 8 o'clock. I'll see it pretty early on Thursday. I have a feeling that's not going to go well. That's Ari Aster's new film. Watch out. You guys remember Beau is Afraid? I can tell you this. If you're going to be in my screening on Thursday, I'm not going to tell you which one I'm going to. If I'm there and you clap after this shit and it's bad, get your recorders out, get your phones out, and make sure you audio file me ripping on the audience. Oh, I 100% will. I don't care. Last time, go find it. It's on the internet. Weber goes off on the audience who cheered for Beau is Afraid. I said, stop clapping. This is terrible. What is wrong with you people? I think, honestly, can I say one other thing quickly about going back to COVID? I think a lot of brains were damaged in the past 5 years. I really do. I believe there's a lot of it. That's not a joke. It's not like ha-ha funny. It's true. A lot of people really got either dumber or just duncier. I don't know, man. It's just weird because you watch some of these people, they come out of like a 28 years later and they go, it's a great film. Like, what happened to you? I think you had brain damage in the past 5 years because this isn't good. It's not good ever at any level. It's just weird to me how some people have no standard, right? They literally, I mean, listen, it's the same thing as McDonald's, right? McDonald's is really popular around the world. Why? Because people are dumb. I mean, let's just be honest. McDonald's is not great. The fries aren't bad, but everything else, certainly not as good as it was when I was a kid, and it still wasn't even good then, okay? So that's the thing. You know, when you're talking to people that literally have very base ideas and very simple tastes and or not educated at all about what is great versus oh my God, this is unwatchable. It's wild, you know. And then remember, there's also this. I'm going to pull it up here in a minute, and then we'll get back to your comments, I promise you. But there's also the fact that so many people in this space and across film Twitter value directors no matter what they do, right? So, here comes the new Nolan movie, so it's got to be a masterpiece. Well, okay, first of all, I do agree that Christopher Nolan has rarely missed. If he misses, it's not by much, okay? Same with Denis. He misses, it's not by much, okay? That's fine. But still, when you go into these movies, you cannot be saying to yourself, well, maybe this will be another masterpiece. Well, you can hope for that, but you got to go back to zero. You cannot go into these movies already giving a given director some kind of bonus points for being the director who brought you X, Y, and Z. It just can't happen. It doesn't happen here, that's for sure. But the average person just cannot get out of their own way. We'll do that next. Let me talk about that in a minute because it came up last night. I had a really good, I think, tweet. It's a brilliant tweet, frankly. It just doesn't take off as much as I'd like. Only 1,600 impressions. This is what happens when you call Frosty the shill bitch. They go, okay, this guy's way too much. We can't have this. You know, we gotta just kind of put him in the background. Too bad. No one in the space goes this well. This hard, certainly. And certainly not this knowledgeable, okay? And also this free-flowing. Dudes, I've been on for 27 minutes. I'm by myself. Do you see anybody else next to me? Is there another box? Am I bringing in someone? No. No one else is coming in here. Okay. Let's discuss your comments. I'll get to as many as possible, and then we're going to do the directors who get way too much credit, okay? Smurfs is tracking for 30 to 40. I mean, I don't know why we're even making other Smurfs. It makes no sense. I mean, here's the thing, right? Use Smurfs, and we can jump off of that back into Superman. So look at next weekend. Superman has Smurfs, Eddington, and I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot. These are three films that will should do nothing significant to Superman. There should be no damage done by additional films coming into the marketplace that siphon off cash from your audience that want to see Superman. Those films don't even register in the same universe. Smurfs a little bit because you've got the family aspects. I think Superman's a little more family friendly than, let's say, the Batman. But look, the Batman opened bigger than Superman. I mean, guys, we talked about it this morning on Midnight Movie Money. If you want to go back and look at all that, I think it's a really strong 20-plus minute stream that breaks it down, certainly better than Grace Randolph. Not a contest. Sorry, got to say, it's true. But when you look at next weekend, Superman better be holding at minus 40. The problem is it's going to be holding at minus 52, 5, 7, somewhere in the 50s. So when you look at this film, it's just not going to have the legs because it's not a great film. If this were an exceptional film, if this were a film that I were like, this is the one, like if F1 were Superman, right, from a quality standpoint, then Superman could possibly fly to $1 billion. Right now, I'll be lucky to get to 600 million. If it gets to 600 million, it's going to be so far under Man of Steel. Man of Steel made 660, but that was back in 2013. You know, you do the calculation on today inflation, you're looking at 900 plus million on Man of Steel. There's no chance. I can tell you right now, zero chance that Superman gets to 900 million. Zero. I mean, less than zero for $1 billion. It's lucky to get to 6. I'm going to call it here easily. Lucky to get to 6. These international numbers aren't great. Why is Supergirl drunk? Because James Gunn wrote this like a middle schooler. This is very juvenile. This tells me that James Gunn has not had very deep relationships in his life. That's a thing that, we didn't touch on back on Thursday. This film is just so sophomoric in its ideas and its execution. And this is not a good film, man. I'm telling you, script-wise, one of the worst. And again, it gets back to what I talked about James Gunn. James Gunn's ego is too big for his talent. It's way too big, okay? You know, you really want to have the two things commensurate. You want to make at least a 1-to-1, right? The international cast, domestic cast, you want to at least be 1-to-1. Well, you want the ego and the talent to be 1-to-1. Well, here it is. Okay, no question here at MMT, 1-to-1 easy. But when you look at James Gunn, it's not. It's a 2 ego, 1 talent. You know, maybe a 2 ego, 1.5, but either way, it's definitely lower. And that's the problem. When you have a person with an ego as large as a James Gunn, and send this to James Gunn, I don't care. I'm going to talk to you directly, James. It's just the truth. Here's the reality. You don't have the talent to really have the ego you have. You know, listen, Guardians is your best film. No question. It is truly, I think, one of the best comic book movies of all time. That doesn't mean everything you do is as great as that film, and it certainly isn't and has not been. So I think that the problem is so many people in this town never get told they're not that good. Listen, I'm telling you, man, on this stream, I'm going to get a call from Mom tomorrow who might go through and say, why were you calling Frosty the shield bitch again? I'm like, because he's such a pussy. And then, Mom, don't use these words with me, and I'll be in trouble. But the point is that I listen to other people, but remember, it's my stream. I don't care, okay? It doesn't matter to me because this isn't for another company. I'm not working for Warner Brothers. I'm not making a movie that needs to make the company money. When you work for a company, you got to think of that first, okay? As much as you want to make the film you want to make, if you're given money by the studio, you still should have sensibilities that work with a more mainstream audience, especially on a film that is 200 million plus. I'm not saying Superman doesn't. You got the dog that's goofy. You've got the social media stuff that's ridiculous. All that stuff's there. I'm not saying, but it's not great, okay? It's not the best version of Superman that we could have gotten. That's for sure. So when you look at it that way, then James Gunn failed, okay? And the problem is James Gunn's the head of DC. And when you're the head of DC and you have one of the biggest power plays at Warner Brothers, ultimately, no one's going to come in and tell James Gunn, you can't do this thing. He's going to get to do what he wants to do. So when he wrote Superman, no one was on top of him saying, this isn't really what I do. What's going on here with the Justice Gang? It's a little much. It's a little guardy. It's a little too much Suicide Squad-y. Can we get in here and remove some of that? I want you to get rid of the goofiness, bring in true emotion, and just make it, how about we do this? Instead of, I'm not saying you have to go back and do another Man of Steel. I really admire that film, certainly the first half. I'm having a conversation with Gunn right now. But I want you to, this film reads like a totally ridiculous, absurd comic book. I know it's what you want to do. I want you to go back in and ground this. I want you to go back in and retool it, and then let's try again. But no one did that with James Gunn because no one's going to tell James Gunn, oh, he's so brilliant. Let me tell you, James Gunn, let's make sure one thing's very certain here again tonight, very clear. The fact that you still work in this town is really a mystery. I mean, you go back to those tweets, dude, don't act like you don't. Everybody, I showed them last week. We're not bringing them up, dude. That'll get me canceled. Bringing those tweets up to the page, that's bad news. So the fact that you're still working is a gift. So you need to use that gift to make sure you're making the best film possible. And let me tell you something, you failed with Superman. No question, you failed. And that's not for debate, guys. That's not here. I don't want you even coming in here telling me I'm wrong. I know, dude, my evaluations are fucking dead on. There's nobody in the space better. Don't make me bring up all of the DMs / people that come up and say, dude, listen, I had a director who came into my DMs and was just like, I watched your stream on X. I'm going to say not on X, but on whatever the film was. And I got to say that you were just literally every single thing was exactly what was wrong. And that's what we do, man. Listen, it's one thing to want to do something. It's another one to have the talent to back it up. I have both. And that's, sorry, if you don't like that, too bad, man. Go find someone else. The reality is nobody's better. We're the gold standard. And when I'm telling you these things, they're true. I'm not making shit up for views. I'm not sitting here trying to put it through an anti-woke lens. I'm trying to give you the real, honest, unvarnished reality that this is not the best Superman that we could have gotten, and that is not how you want to do this. You just can't. Suicide Squad was actually pretty solid. What happened? I agree. Suicide Squad's definitely a better film than this. His version was a stronger film, and it had, because it works. This is why, because Gunn works with Suicide Squad and Guardians. He does not work with Superman. James Gunn is not an all-American guy. I brought it up earlier. He's just not that guy. He's like a weirdo. He's like a film Twitter kind of geeky guy, right? He's not really cool. If James Gunn was a regular guy, he would not be pulling the ass he pulls, right? Just no chance, zero. So that's the first tip-off, right? When you're batting way out of your league, that should tell you that probably you have power, right? Or money, okay? In this town especially. When you see like a fairly unattractive guy or just average-looking guy with like a super hot chick, let me just give you a hint. They are either rolling in cash or they're powerful and or both, right? That's how this town operates. So James Gunn is not Superman. He doesn't even know what that's like. He's never in his life been like Superman, right? And I think that's the thing. He's never been a hero. He's not a hero, okay? He's a guardian. He is a Suicide Squad. That's who that guy is. So if you're not the guy, right, then how can you be the person that writes the Superman? I'm telling you guys so much, and not the Superman like the Batman, right? The Superman movie. When you look, when you look at what you bring to the table as a writer, you bring your life experiences. James Gunn's not a dad, right? He doesn't have kids. He doesn't know what that's like. That shapes you, okay? He has a relationship with his father and his mother, right? But he doesn't have his own. These little things are the reason you get the films you get. When someone writes something from experience, because that's the best stuff you write, you know it, you've lived it, then you're going to get something great. James Gunn isn't Superman. He doesn't have a life that ever resembled Superman. So he doesn't even know how to really get inside that character. He knows it from a comic book angle, but you need to know from not just a comic book angle, you need to know from a humanity angle. He does not have that. He doesn't possess it. So he can never do it. Right? Guys, listen, you can, again, want to do whatever you want in this world. If you don't have the talent to do it, if you don't have the ability God-given, then you cannot, okay? I don't care what they tell you. Everybody's got the same. No. That's bullshit communist thinking, man. Everybody's the same. Bull fucking shit. If everyone was the same, I'd be playing in the NBA right now. I'd be playing on the AVP tour for volleyball. I'm not, okay? Because I play beach volleyball, as you guys know, I'm not bad, but I'm not AVP level, okay? Never was. And it is what it is. That's the thing. Everyone has their own individual talents, and you have to plug into those. James Gunn talent is writing a film like Guardians, writing a film like Suicide Squad. That is what he is. Superman is not who James Gunn is. That is wham. I want to like. I want a super chat. I want something, because that is the best. I don't care who you watch. I don't care if you watch Johns. I don't care if you watch Stuckman. I don't care if you watch Grace. No one just did that. All I've been doing now for 37 minutes is wham, 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 just hitting this shit. Listen, just hitting it. Straight up. All right, let's go. Let's get to some starred comments. I did that. Why in the comics, Supergirl drinks because she saw the planet get destroyed. Fine, but his representation of Supergirl when she walks in is a laughing stock, right? What the hell am I watching? What is this, some Netflix sitcom thing? This is bad, right? Go back to The Flash and Supergirl, right? She was just emo, dark, right? That is more what I want to see. Not some blonde girl wandering in going, hey, where's my dog? Like, just, it's bad. He spends too much time on social media for sure. No question, James Gunn. And that shapes the movie. And that's not good. It's really bad. Right? The film's terrible, man. I'm sorry. Scripts are one of the worst of the year. No way to go around that. All right, I need a break. I just need a short little break here. I'm going to watch a trailer, and I will get to as many. Actually, you know what? Let's do one more thing, and then we'll go to the trailer. Does that sound good? Let's roll up on this. This is my tweet from last night that I think is really one of the best things ever written. But listen, here it is. Let me read it to you, and then you guys can evaluate and then tell me what you think. Ye all need to stop worshiping at the altar of given directors, insert director, doesn't matter, and critique the film as if you have no clue who the director is. That's the only way to approach this, what I'm doing here, but many of you can't turn down your stanometer, which makes you 100% unreliable. Baby, that's it. In a nutshell, it's exactly the problem. So many people go in, James Gunn's a god. Really? With those tweets? With those tweets, he's a god? Wow, man. You worship one hell of a god, let me tell you. Dudes, don't even make me bring the tweets up. Don't do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to get the channel ripped from me because they're like, holy shit, what's that say on the air? Nope. Not gonna show them. Go look at them yourself. Go look at them. I'm going to ask you one more time. If I sent those tweets, would I still be on? No, I can help you with that. The answer is no. But we live in a world where people like worship directors and actors. It's like, why are you doing that? Actors are just normal people, man. There's nothing special about them. I'm a normal dude. But can I say this too? That, you know, when I talked about DEI and checking a box and representation and all that, can I just say that if you're watching this channel because I'm a white guy, it's fucking weird. That doesn't even make sense to me. I hope you watch the channel. You're watching the stream here tonight. It's like, this guy has some valid ideas, interesting thoughts. He's fearless, he's authentic, and he just called Frosty a shill bitch. That's what I hope. Why would you even utter he's a white guy? Doesn't even make any sense. So, again, if I'm going into a movie and saying it's directed by a woman, it's directed by a black man, it's directed by a white man, what are we doing? What? Why? Because that's the indoctrination that we've been given over the past how many years now? Well, I never play that game. I'm never going to do that. Gen X wasn't raised like that. And I'm not going to start now. If I went to a movie and I watched it over at Warner Brothers and a test screen had come out and someone said, oh, listen, we have some concerns about representation, but I don't give a fuck. Movie's good. In fact, what's your name? Carla? Don't ever say that again around me. Cool? Awesome. Don't ever say that. Like, ever. I don't ever want you to say that. Anything about representation or DEI. I don't want to hear it. If I hear it again, you're fired. Got it? Awesome. Good. Thanks, Carla. Any other thoughts other than that, guys? Cool. Let's go. I like it. That's what we need. We don't have it anymore. We don't have it anymore. Because you've been taught to value someone over someone else because of the color of their skin. Again, can you imagine if I came on the stream? MMT, the #1 white man movie channel in the universe. The gold standard of white man film discussion. What? We're the gold standard of any skin color, baby. Not even a contest. Doesn't even make sense. As soon as you say it, it's like, what? What did you just say? Huh? So yeah, we have to just tell people to shut up when that comes up. There's not enough. I'm sorry, what? There's not. Don't even finish your thought. There's not enough what? There's not enough kills. There's not enough action. Because if you say there's not enough of some kind of representation, I'm going to bounce you out of this office so fast. So think about what you're going to say next. Okay? And then what is it? Not enough action? Violence? Car chases? Okay, none of those? Okay, whatever it was, don't tell me. I don't want to hear it, because if you say it, I'm going to have to fire you. So I warned you, we're not doing that shit. I mean, that'd literally be speech number 1, and I'm sure it'd be all the trades. Weber came in as day 1 of Blue Fox Entertainment. That's where I'd have to start, right? At like a Briarcliff. And the first thing he said is, we're not doing DEI anymore. This racist son of a bitch. Oh my God, that guy is the... Wait a second. I just said we're going to hire the best people. It's about merit. No, but that's... No. No. Okay? We're not doing that. But we have so many liberal people here. And I'm not liberal or conservative, okay? Regardless of what 5 strands or is it 7 strands of hair that the rap guy says. You guys are going to finally figure out who that guy is. 7 strands of hair rap guy. Remember my Russian teacher back in high school, he drags the 7 pieces across. He's like, look at my hair. I'm gonna pull across a few. I'm not wearing a rug tonight, by the way. The hair, I cut it really short on the sides, but it's a little bit long on the top. So I'm gonna go in just real quickly. Hold on, I'm gone. I'm gonna go in and kind of clean it up so next time it'll be a little shorter on top. Okay. If Superman does not make 500 million, yeah, listen, Eagles, there's a chance. There's a chance it doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying it will. Can you guarantee it will? I can't. Not after this weekend. Not with 95 million overseas. It's not going to be able to get there. If it drops hard, dude, listen, I got to say it. There's a chance we got to get rid of James Gunn. Yep. There's a chance I might have to get rid of him. I might have to just say you're out. And I'd do it. Do you guys think I wouldn't? Of course I would. I just told you guys what I'd say in the first meeting. I would come into the first meeting of wherever the studio is and say, I just want to start with this. We're not ever making a movie again that focuses on representation. And then someone goes, oh, here, by the way, audible gasp. Okay, I know I heard someone gasp. Where was that? Okay, right over there. Let me just try it one more time. And this time, can you not gasp? We're not ever making a movie again that is solely made for any sort of representation. Awesome? Good? Okay, I didn't hear the gasp this time, so that is good. We're going to figure this out, and you're going to understand what we're doing here, but I'm going to make that very clear. Awesome? Oh, great. I think it's fantastic that you understand so quickly. And that's how you have to do it. And it's old school, but it's also not wrong, okay? That's not how we do things anymore. Why not? Doesn't matter. I'm not saying, again, I didn't say we're not making a movie that features representation. I'm saying we're not making that the number one priority. It's like not even a priority. In fact, again, if you're giving me the reasons why you're making the movie and you even list representation, then it's out. It's over. We're done. We're done. No. I want you to tell me why it's good, and then that's it. I don't want to hear about, no. I want you to tell me why I'm making this without using the word representation. Ready? And shoot. Yep, it's a great movie. Awesome. Let me read it. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nope. Don't start with the R word. Don't even say it. Don't say the R word. If you say the R word, we're not making the movie. Okay? Awesome. Good. Can you imagine if we had a world like that where people talk like that? And I think, Trump gets a lot of trouble, and you guys, a lot of you hate Trump. Fine. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care about any politician because none of them have our best interest in mind. But you look at Trump, the one thing that you can definitely say about that dude is he just says shit like I'm saying tonight and doesn't care. That is refreshing. There's no question. I don't care how you feel about it. Just the fact that dude just says whatever the fuck he wants, I always will respect somebody who doesn't give two shits about whatever. There's here's the deal. This is what's up. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that everything he says, trust me. The number one thing I would tell Trump without question is, listen, dude, I need you to just scale it back a little bit. You're not doing MMT. You're not doing a YouTube X/Kick channel now where you're just shooting and you're allowed to do whatever. You're the president of the United States. Can we just tone it down? I'm doing my thing. I'm allowed. But the same sort of just, pull it out, bring the pistols out and take some shots. That's how oh my God, he's talking about guns. We can't have this. He's talking about shooting people. Weber. Unbelievable. Well, maybe. Listen, it's probably true. The dude's old. Listen, I've said this a million times on this channel, right? Here comes 1,000,001. We're going to watch a trailer here in a minute. I need a second break. Guess what we're going to watch? Begonia. I have not watched this yet. I have not seen it, so this is, I swear to you, I saved these for you guys. Give me 1 second, we'll get into it. But, listen, he's getting older. I told you guys, listen, if you catch me on this stream in 20 years, let me tell you something. It won't be, and I'm not saying it's good now, it won't be as strong. I didn't say it's good. It won't be. It'll be slower. I'll probably be more chill, but I'll still say Frosty the shill bitch. That won't change. All right, guys, let's watch Begonia. He's back again. Can you believe how many movies is this guy making at this point? Yorgos is just cranking out a film every 6 months, certainly every year, 2 in 1 year. Let's go ahead and watch Begonia. I'll make myself small. I've not seen this yet. Come in with your comments if you watch this. It's a minute 30. It's short. I have not seen. Swear, somehow I did not watch this trailer at AMC. Here it is. Yorgos's Begonia.
It all starts with something magnificent. A flower, then a honeybee.
First of all, love Yorgos's aesthetic. You go back and you look at Kinds of Kindness, a film that I really liked. In fact, here's how much I like Kinds of Kindness. I certainly respect it a lot more than Poor Things. I still have the Kinds of Kindness keychain on the desk from the night that I saw it. That's how much. I don't usually save these things, but let me tell you right now, if I have the Kinds of Kindness keychain on my desk, then you know that I think the movie's not bad. All right, get ready. Let's watch a little bit more. Looks like he's got the same talent in this one.
The workers gather pollen for the queen.
Good morning, Corey.
But the bees...
Love the camera shots. Not the fisheye, but I like that shot.
And that's the way they planned it. To make us the same as the bees.
Well, I like where this is going already, right? Worker bees for the company. Love it. Love the mentality. I'm right here with this so far.
But it is not in control anymore. We are.
Oh, and of course, Jesse Plemons. I mean, go back to Civil War, a film that I just absolutely eviscerated. Go back and watch that stream. That's where Rap Guy came out with his 7 strands of hair and was like, Weber, I'm like, dude, why are you watching? Why are you watching 7 strands of hair? I'm better than you. You know that. No big deal. Just move on. If you're going to critique me and stuff, just don't watch. I mean, you get buried every day that I do this. It's not even not a contest. Okay. First of all, again, I don't know how you even bother with the 7 strands of hair. Like, what do you use? Brill cream? I don't even know, but it's not working. I like the music usage too. I'm into this right now. That I'm not a fan of Poor Things, so I don't like seeing that. I wish it said from the director of Kinds of Kindness, but we all know one was way more successful. Okay, we're going to get... Oh, I like this. We're going to get... What is the name of that movie? Misery. It's kind of like, what? It's been so long. That movie's so disturbing, right? Here comes some Misery from Yorgoth.
How can you tell she's an alien?
Well, the signs are obvious.
All right, so we're taking a little Kinds of Kindness, right? Because in Kinds of Kindness, one of the stories is she's a cannibal, right? She's like an alien, or she's an AI. I forget. She's some kind of weird creature that needs to eat, and he serves her his thumb. It's weird. I'm not going to tell you. His movies are just strange. So let's find out. He thinks he's an alien. A lot of fisheye.
It all starts with something magnificent.
I mean, listen, I'm down for it. It's October. It's an awards film. After Kinds of Kindness, I'm back in. Listen, yeah, exactly. The foot fetish stuff. Remember from Superman, mutant toes, as James Gunn told everybody he is a foot fetish guy. Basically, right? Why would he talk about a girl being called mutant toes? All right, let's do... That was Begonia. I like it. It's an awards film, obviously. It's October. It's Focus. No question. Oh, shit. I have not watched this, guys. I've not seen it. This could get really ugly here. In a second, we'll get through this. This is a Fantastic Four ad. Okay, guys, ready? This is one of the worst horror films ever made. The first one, Strangers, the reboot, was... Did I tell you the night? So the night that I saw Strangers, I was at AMC. It was opening night. It was like a Thursday 5 o'clock screening. And I go to watch it. And when it's over, I'm like, this is one of the worst movies I've ever. I mean, quite literally one of the worst horror films. And in comes, I kid you not, this guy comes in with a microphone, and I'm going to grab my Ultra Can, and he's like, well, I have a microphone, I'm pretending. And he's like, hey, everybody, listen up. Guess who's here right now? I go, oh, shit. No. Here comes the star of The Strangers. And you're going to see in her a minute. She comes waltzing in. She's all excited. She's like, this is my first movie. And I kid you not, you have no idea how hard it was for me in that screening, okay, at the AMC 16, as this actress came in, was so excited to be in Strangers, for me not to shout out, this is one hell of a piece of shit film. Because you guys know I cannot hold back. You guys watch the streams. So when she was there, I was like, hey, I can't do it. She's right there. I don't want to be rude. It's one thing, right, when I'm at Beau is Afraid and Ari Aster is not there. I mean, if Ari Aster is coming up to the screen, I'm not going to yell, stop clapping, it's garbage. I walk out of the lobby and be angry. Go back to Babylon's what I did. I didn't yell in front of everybody. I just went down and was like furious that I watched, Babylon. Terrible. But when I watched Strangers, I was about ready to say, holy shit. And then she comes waltzing and I'm like, I can't. I really wanted to, though. If you guys saw Strangers Part 1, Rennie Harlan, it's some shit, man. My God, is that an awful film. Okay, here we go. Let's watch part 2. She's at the diner. She just escaped from the lunatics. Oh, God.
Come on, Sheriff. We all want to hear about who killed that young couple.
Why are you doing this to
There she is. That's the girl that came in. She's like, I'm so excited to be in the movie.
Because you're here.
The girl didn't die.
Oh, God, you know you're in trouble when you see that. Lionsgate. Oh, fuck. Listen, I really should start with Lionsgate. Okay, if you guys want to help this happen, send emails to Lionsgate and say, we know who your next head should be. The head of studio should be Weber. He'll come in, I'll start with the DEI speech, and then I'll just get to work canceling shit and saying, okay, bring me good scripts. And writers who haven't worked in years because they're white or because they're whatever, let's just face facts, because they're white, I'm going to call them up and say, what do you have? They're like, holy shit, you want to work with us? I'm like, yes, because I know you're talented. Not because you're white. I don't care that you're white. You're talented. You see, that's the first thing we're going to do. And then watch, Lionsgate would all of a sudden have a valuation of like 17 billion because Weber comes in and lays the law down and starts making great films versus checking boxes.
I knew you wouldn't leave me.
It's a dream. Yeah, no shit. She looks different. She got a new haircut or something. How did she get a new... Hold on. She's just in the hospital. How did she get her hair done differently if she's from the same night waking up in the hospital? What? That doesn't make any sense. Why is that? That's bad. Doesn't even look like the same girl. Is it? Maybe it is. She looks different, doesn't she? That's not good, right? For continuity, you're like, that's not the same person, is it? She definitely got a new haircut in the hospital. Someone came in, a beautician, and fixed her hair while the killers were coming to get her in the hospital. So basically, we're doing Halloween 2 here. Yep, that's what we're doing.
Is Tamara here?
By the way, Halloween 2 is one of the first horror films I ever watched when I was a kid. Fuck me up, man. It was tense, right? She's running through the hospital. It's not a great film, but as a kid, it's scary as hell. Michael Myers, man, that's not... No one playing with that. When you're a little kid, you're like, damn, Michael Myers is mean motherfucker. Yeah, you should have, Kevin. Fucking awful. All right, they're in the hospital. Is this all it's going to be, the entire movie? She definitely got a new haircut. Here he comes with the axe, everybody. Oh, can't believe I have to watch this.
So you're the one everybody's talking about.
Oh, he's marked. He's a bad guy.
The one that survived. You were stabbed, right? What did it feel like?
I felt like they liked it. It was some kind of ritual.
Yeah, she looks different. I think she had some injectables in her face. No, she had some stuff done to her face. I know Weber's like, dude, seriously, listen to me. Is that Gabriel Basso? Holy shit. Hold on, me hit it. That's wrong with there. Listen, she had some work done to her face. You know, like they have the stuff they pump into your face and make you kind of like trout mouth, like Meg Ryan. You know, the lips come out and shit. She did something like that. Seriously, she did something like that. Why are we saying this and what? What are we doing? Stop.
It's been going on for years.
That is Gabriel Basso from Hillbilly Elegy. He was solid in that. Why is he in this shit? God, he has no career if he's in this. This is bad.
Why are they doing this?
Yep, that's definitely him. Oh, man. This guy's not doing well. Whoever his agent is, he definitely downgraded. Like, his agent's some, like, low level. Do you want to be in this sequel to Strangers? I'd be like, hell no, man. I'd rather not work. I don't collect unemployment. I'm not going to work and do this shit.
Does there have to be a why?
Oh, Funhouse is a cool movie. Cool movie. Definitely cool movie. Toby Hooper. Oh, same shit. Yeah, not scary. This is awful. I don't want to do this again. I don't want to have to do this. But you know what? Listen, I'm telling you what, whoever his agent is, it could be. Let me tell you that ultimately he's not working with CAA when I see this, that's for sure. All right, let's someone mentioned that. That's a good film. I've watched Funhouse a lot. Toby Hooper. In fact, you know what? Screw that. Let's watch the trailer for Funhouse. I mean, I'm over an hour, aren't I? 58 minutes. I'm done. I did my shit. I'm just going to do nothing but just watch trailers for a few minutes. Let's watch. Oh, here it is. Funhouse. Oh, sweet. Oh, it's only a minute 30. Hold on. I got to sit through an Amazon ad. Give me a second. So it's live, right? Otherwise, I would eliminate all this through editing. Let me just say that one of the reasons that I love doing this live is when it's over, I go to bed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to sit around and edit shit. Like, that's all you other you're suckers. All y'all suckers who decide to do that. Just get on and do it live. The problem is they can't, right? If they try to do it live, it'd be a disaster. There'd be a lot of stumble, and that's not going to work. Live, you guys go shoot. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Like I did. Go back and watch the first 30 minutes. I didn't rehearse that. Nothing is scripted. Zero things. I sometimes have some idea of the things I want to talk about, but tonight all I had was Superman, and that was really it. I mean, that's all I really need. I can go off for 30 minutes on that, and then we're filling with a bunch of just wasted time. Here comes Funhouse.
Who will dare to face the challenge of the Funhouse?
Yeah, there's my. By the way, this film looks great, right? It's got that wide aspect ratio, full screen. It just looks good. Looks way too good for a horror film. That was one of the things I loved about this film. When I was young, I didn't really know. I just know that I like the look of it without knowing now that it's elevated, right? It's cinematic.
Mad enough to enter that world of darkness.
Something is alive in
Ooh,
the
I
Funhouse.
love the voiceover.
Something
Let's go, baby.
not alive like its father. Something better dead. Something
They give away too much saying not alive like its father. I'd rather not, but
that has the form of a human, but not the face.
This better be good.
it's going to be great. Listen, have we all been on one of these haunted house fun rides, fun houses things, right? You get on the car and it jerks you around the corner and it goes through some plywood and then some kind of light goes off. Bring, bring, and there's a ghost mask going, it's bad, right? You go to the fair. When I grew up, I went to the Ohio State Fair in Columbus, Ohio. It's my hometown. And I worked at the fair. I don't know if I told you guys, one of my summer jobs was the snow cone seller. I worked in the snow cone booth with my friend Keith, and we made, I think, for the full 2.5 weeks, $500. And we worked every day. We slave labor. No joke. Dude, we would serve up snow cones out of the ice machine. You'd take a big block of ice and jam it into the shredder, and then you'd have your snow cone. You'd scoop it up, and then you'd crank on the juice, right? You had cherry, you had grape, I think we had lime, and then people would say, give me the suicide. You guys know what that, all three. The best part of working at the snow cone place, the booth there at the Ohio State Fair for 2 summers, was we were right next to the giant slide, which is, if you've ever been to the Columbus Ohio State Fair, you know it's a very big slide that does not come up and down. It's always there. It's a giant metal slide. And you ride down on a piece of carpet. Well, anyhow, the girls who worked at the super slide were fucking hot. So we would give them free snow cones in an effort to curry their favor. There's a memory of the Funhouse / Ohio State. These things hey man, my life's been weird. I'm not going to lie to you.
Something that feeds off the flesh and blood of young innocence.
Come on, here we go. This is it.
Something that tonight will turn the Funhouse into a carnival of terror.
This is great. I might watch this tonight. I was going to go to bed. I might just watch Funhouse.
I don't know what that thing is. I just want to get the hell out of here.
That's what I'm talking about, right? Here comes the animatronic out of the ground. It's got it's almost like on hydraulics, right? It goes shh, like that. Shh, as things pop up. Shh, as you drive this car around. That's right, he gets hung. She goes down and gets disemboweled. And he rapes one of them? Well, he definitely does something bad. I think does he have sex? He wants to have sex with one of them. I'm just saying, it's pretty fucking crazy. There she is. It's like the whole movie. I don't know if I need to watch it after this.
The Funhouse.
Yeah, so good. And he was really like a mutant, right? He was a carny freak. By the way, have we ever talked about how underrated that, I gotta find it, it's back there, something, Nightmare Alley is? Oh man, listen, Nightmare Alley, that's cinema. I really love that film. I'm so glad that got a Best Picture. I was the first person to see that film, and I came out glowing about that film, right? Totally different than I came out of Tar, I glowed, Nightmare Alley, I glowed, and then you look at Babylon, I destroyed. But Nightmare Alley, I got to see down at the Academy Museum Gotta love the feel of that film. Certainly the first half, more than the second. But overall, Guillermo, that's what I want to watch Guillermo making. I don't want to see him making Pinocchio or Frankenstein. I want to see Nightmare Alley, which is a remake, but still his version really works at the end, the geek, all that. It's just a cool film, man. Yeah, Toby Hooper, 100%. Yeah, no, listen, I like Nightmare Alley so much that I saw it in the black and white version. Remember that half of it's in color and then the other half's in black and white? I watched the entire thing in black and white. Or was the entire thing in color? Which one was it? I can't remember. They gave a version. I can't remember. Shit, I don't remember. But they made 2 different versions. And I want to say it was all black and white. So, yeah, it was cool. I saw that multiple times. And I think, listen, it's a good film, Luis. Go back and watch it. It is. It really is. I'm telling you, it's really strong. The filmmaking, compared to anything else we've gotten recently, Nightmare Alley is way better as a cinematic experience than anything that I've seen recently, right? We've only gone down. That's all we talked about this whole hour is how we're going like this. It's crashing. People aren't going to the movies. We're getting worse movies. And I already walked through. Go back if you missed. Go back and look at what I said. We've got to get back to hiring talent only. That's it. We're not doing any more box checking. It's over. Okay. One more, or is that it? I think that's it. I don't know if I can watch another trailer. That was 3 trailers. That's enough for me. All right. We're over an hour. I got a couple seconds. Let's do the outro / comment blast closeout. I will find a song. Do I have a song? I had the song from tonight that I liked. It's kind of energetic though. I want something a little more chill. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if I have anything. How about, what's this? Let me see. Okay. I don't know what this is. Is this Superman? Oh, no, this is F1. We'll listen to that. That's fine. All right, let's do the comment blast closeouts, the F1 theme or one of the songs from the score. All right, let's get to as many comments as I can here. If I missed yours earlier, come on in. If you give me a super chat, awesome. If you're not, I don't care. I saw someone say something about Civil War. Clemens seen Civil War. Yeah, oh my God, 100%. Kevin, you're smart. Give Kevin some credit, everybody, because that movie's awful except for that scene with Clemens. One of the worst scripts you'll ever see. And that's when I got my boy from the rap with his 7 strands of hair getting angry. Tarantino definitely has a foot fetish, no question about it. So he probably likes that scene right there. Gareth Edwards was at AMC Burbank. Oh, he was? Oh, I would have said it's terrible. I would have yelled, "Why did you put Xavier in this movie? Why did you do that?" And he would have been angry. But too bad. Gareth, garbage. What a call. What a terrible call. Whoever wrote that. I know he didn't write it, but it doesn't matter. I would have said, we're not putting this shit in my movie. And by the way, that's about representation too, right? It's Hispanic family. You know that's what it was. I'm not even saying, dude, that doesn't matter. They're a Hispanic family, but my point is they have no reason to be in the movie except for we need more Hispanic people in this. What? No, that's not what we're doing. I just said that. We're not ever doing that again. In fact, if someone in the meeting at Universal had said, hey, we need to have more Hispanic, that's it, you're out. Who are you? I don't know you yet. What's your name? Kevin. Not you, Kim, this other guy. Kevin, you're out of here. We're not doing that. Hit the road. Get your stuff. No, I know you might have said you're just kidding. You weren't. You're out. Goodbye. Get your shit. I'll have my assistant get your stuff for you if you want, because I want you out of here. We're not doing that. Got it? Awesome, buddy. See ya. I mean, we got to do that. We got to do that shit. Okay? Plemons, I'd rather see exactly. Let's have Plemons in a crawler versus Pedro Pascal, who doesn't know how to deliver a line. Go look at that Fantastic Four, any one of those trailers, right? I don't know why we're saying MAGA, because I was talking about Trump. Gunn doesn't strike me as that kind of guy. What? Oh, like Superman guy? Yeah, no, he's not. He's just not. He's not a cool guy. James Gunn's not cool. He might think he is. He's not. You just know he's not. He's not a cool guy. Never was cool. His whole life he wasn't cool. But that's what made Guardians good. That's what made Suicide Squad work, because he's not cool, right? When he tries to do something like Superman that needs to be more all-American, more innocent. I mean, there's moments, but it's just, he's not that guy, man. Go look at the tweets. That's enough for me. Jesus. Yeah, exactly, Nomis. I'm not pulling them up again. You guys go look for the James Gunn tweets. Go read them. I'm not reading them. I don't want to get fired from the stream. Don't wrap my stream. They'll be gone. Joseph Kaczynski written Superman. Yeah, I mean, anything's better than what I saw. I'm not even kidding you. Okay? So I can't. Horror films, I don't think his dad had a good rush. Well, there you go. I mean, you can't even write that, horror films. Welcome to the channel, by the way. That's true. He's not him. He's not. Sorry. If it were him, I would say it. You know who's him? Corn Sweat. Corn Sweat's a fucking stud. Corn Sweat is getting ass. He is absolutely getting down with Rachel Brosnahan. I know she's married. There's no way they didn't hook up. He's too good looking. If I was Rachel Brosnahan, I'd be like, take me now, baby. I always swear to God. And then after a take, I'd be like, come by my trailer, baby. I swear to God, I'd whisper in his ear. She can get away with that. He can't. Let's just face facts. Let's face facts. Can Rachel Brosnahan say that to David Cornsweat, but Cornsweat can't say? Yes, she can, and she may have. I'm not saying she did, but imagine if you're in the middle of a take and Cornsweat leans over and is like, hey, big guy, my trailer's open. As soon as we're done with this scene, come by. He's like, hell yeah, baby. Because she's like really cute. She's petite. It's my type. Not gonna lie. She's very Adriana Chechik-ish. Where's Coach now when you need him? After saying that, I'm sure I'm going to get in trouble. Be like, who's Adriana Chechik? Don't make me show you pictures of Adriana Chechik. This channel will get banned. I can't show you pictures of that. I can't show you pictures of Adriana Chechik or James Gunn's tweets. What film we recommend to see in theaters right now with free tickets? Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. F1. I mean, if you haven't seen F1, you got to see F1. Beyond that, if you have the new A24 film, Sorry Baby, around, I would recommend it. Very mature film, smart film, I think emotional, grounded. Not a perfect film, but overall, go back to the evaluation from last Sunday. I like it. It's not playing in many theaters, though. They're not going wide with Sorry Baby. Real disappointing because those films just don't do well when they're outside of LA, New York. So I would go see F1 1 and 2 is Sorry Baby, and nothing else. Not Superman, not Jurassic World. What else is in theaters right now? Those are the two. Let me just pull up. I'll tell you right now, since you asked me. You're new to the channel. Let me go to AMC, and we'll see everything that's playing. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I mean, this has been a bunch of forgettable films. Let's not kid ourselves. All right, let's hit this. I'll hit Find a Movie. Give me a second. Real quick, I'll go back to here. Add to stage. Let me get rid of this. There it is. There's me. Here's that. All right, let's see what's playing, and I'll help you out. Let's go to the 16. Okay, get tickets. Let's see what we got. All right, here's what I recommend you see. You've got Superman, pass. You've got Jurassic World Rebirth, pass. F1, yes. 28 years later, hard pass. Hard. Elio, hard pass. How to Train Your Dragon, I would put that behind F1. And because you've probably already seen How to Train Your Dragon, I would do Sorry Baby before that. Lilo and Stitch, hard pass. Skill House, I was going to see it. I don't want to see it. It looked terrible. I'm not going to do that. Did it say 8:45 a.m. or p.m.? Did it say a.m.? It looks like an A. What the fuck? That movie, holy shit, they showed it at 8:45 in the morning? Who the hell's going to see that shit? Skill House at 8:45? I'll bet you I'd be the only person in that place. I should go tomorrow. If it's playing tomorrow, I might go at 8:45. Oh, this one's from Sony Pictures Classic. I didn't see it. Let's go to the dogs tonight. The reviews were okay. I kind of just said I'm not going to do it. Spinal Tap, that's always a good call. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, there's that. But I would definitely, of movies that are available near you, let's prioritize F1, Sorry Baby, and then How to Train Your Dragon. How about that? Those are your three best. Skip everything else. It's not worth it. All right, yeah, F1. Everyone's saying the same thing. F1. Michael Bay's super. Anything's better. She's hotter. No. Sodfic. Rachel Brosnahan's way hotter than Helen Hunt. Way hotter. I'm not going to show you Adriana Chechik. Fine, I'll do it real quick. You want me to do it? Well, the problem is you know what's going to happen? I'm going to get in trouble because it's going to end up showing me something I don't want to see. I got to be really careful here. Let me go to a different tab. I'm going to go back to this tab, and then I'm going to find a picture of Adriana Chechik, and you'll see. Okay, let's see here. This one works. Hold on. This one works for sure. Let's go to her Instagram page. You can see what I'm talking about. This is Adriana Chechik, everybody. She is so fine. Now, granted, she's an adult film actress, but doesn't matter. She's so fine. If MMT ever becomes a big deal, like the kind of thing where I can slide into Adriana's DMs, I'm 100% sliding into Adriana DMs. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm 100% sliding in. I'm not going to hold back. I will slide into the DMs and I will shoot my shot. Oh my God, yes. Right now, it's never going to happen. You guys could help, but it's not going to happen. But if I have a picture with me and her at a movie, then you know that my life has gone as well as it could ever go. Just know that. And regardless of what happens, you can just insinuate. Why are we doing this? This is the kind of channel I really should run, to be honest with you. I don't know why I talk about movies. Mr. All right. No, listen, she's way... Come on, guys. Real quickly. Just quickly before we leave here. Hotter, Helen Hunt or Rachel Brosnahan? Not a contest. Helen Hunt's not even hot. She never was. No way. No contest. No. She'll let you slide into more than that right now. I'm not... Listen, the channel's not big enough, coach. If the channel were big and I was like that big kick streamer, Adrian Ross or whatever his name is, then I could definitely slide into her DM. But I'm not going to... It's not... We're just not there. I don't know if ever going to happen. I'm not going to lie to you. The channel's what it is. I'm not going to try to do something different. We can, effort different ideas, but ultimately, I still want to talk about movies, and then we can jump off into Adriana Chechik, and jump into. But, and on top of, oh my God, that's so creepy. Only if she invited it. Guys, come on, man. Come on. Not that kind of guy. Not James Gunn. Well, you guys are better. This is better than the stuff I come up with. It's not the channel that needs to be big. That's probably true. Oh my God. Seriously, I don't even want to discuss that part of it because that's just right. Let's just leave that part out because just the look. That's the look, right? Helen Hunt in Trancers was gorgeous. Maybe Satvik, but she's not as hot as Rachel Brosnahan. Rachel Brosnahan has a really nice little body. Whoever's gonna get canceled. This is where film Twitter comes and cuts it out. This guy is a menace. He just said Rachel Brosnahan's a unit. Oh my God. Because listen, let's just face facts. I've said this before. Let's just be 100% honest with each other. If I look like Jabba the Hutt, if I look like, as one of the guys I talk about here that comes to LA screenings, that literally is like 550 pounds, I couldn't get away with what I'm saying. You guys know that, right? I mean, it's fair. You guys know that. It's 100% accurate. So I realize that. So that's why I can lean into that more than the average person because it wouldn't work. It would be really like creepy if I weren't. You're right. You guys understand. But the reality is, let me explain something to you guys. And I say this all the time. I go to the gym 5 days a week. I played volleyball for like 4 hours today. Physicality is part of what I do. So if you think that I just wake up, roll out of bed, and it's like, here, look, these kits fit really well and everything the players get. This is Chelsea, by the way. They won the Club Cup here today. I keep wanting to say FIVB, that's volleyball. The FIFA World Club Cup, whatever it's called. And so I picked Chelsea tonight because they won 3-0 over PSG. So I'm sorry I didn't get that in earlier. There it is. Yeah, well, I mean, listen, can I just be honest with you? As the F1 song just drones on and on. That's the thing. Just seriously, guys. If I looked like the average film Twitter person, I couldn't get away with talking about Adriana Chechik or Rachel Brosnahan. I would get savaged. But because I can get away with it, it makes film Twitter angrier. And that's what's beautiful. I'll do it all day. That's where I poke. I poke like Frosty the Shill bitch. Poke. Because ultimately, listen, like I said, get back to what I said. When I roll out of bed, I have to work. Okay? Granted, I'm naturally like a thinner guy. Okay? But still, you don't think going to the gym 5 days a week and putting in at least an hour session on 5 days, that doesn't pay off? Of course it does. That's why the player's kit fit like a player's kit. These other people don't do that work, right? The guy that hobbles into the movie screening that weighs 500 pounds, he doesn't do the work. And listen, I don't care if that's mean. It's true. And that's the reality. If you don't like hearing that, the reality is that if you're not doing the work, you don't reap the rewards. So this is why I can talk about Chechik. It's why I can talk about Brosnahan, because they can't try that on me. If they do, it's going to go miserably for them. They can try it, but the thing is I'm aware of that, and I've earned that, and I will continue to do it, because if you're going to try to shut me down on that, I'll go harder. That's the thing, film Twitter. If you think that you're going to step into my world and try to influence how I operate, let me give you a hint, baby. Ain't fucking happening. The man is on the mic. This is the gold standard, and that's it for the night. I'm done. It's an hour and 20 minutes. I can't do any more. thanks for being here, guys. It was a pleasure as always. We're back, don't forget, on Thursday. I'm going to take a few days off and relax, and then Thursday is Eddington. I am going to prioritize that film over what? Of course, over what I did last summer. I don't want to watch that movie. I don't want to watch I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean, I'll watch it. Let's just leave that up. I want to watch Eddington because there's a really good chance I might hate it. But I'm not going to go in with that mindset. So if I come on here and rage against Ari again, and I'm really furious, and I can't believe that A24 let him make a movie again like this, then just know that I started at 0, and the playing field is completely even and level, and now we're going to go up or down based on what I'm watching in front of me right now, not Pedro Pascal's. Politics, not any of that stuff is entering the chat. The only thing that's entering the chat is me watching the film and saying this works or it doesn't. That's what we do better than anybody else. We're the gold standard. Do not forget that. And Film Twitter, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today. Peace out. See you.